Well, somewhat part two. Here's this side of it, right? So here's one of these legs with some rubber on it. And this bit here where my tip of my finger is. That there's just a piece of L frame from shelving. In Bunnings you can get them from shelving. And the same with this other large L frame, L-shaped piece. Those bolts, those Allen key bolts that come with the light, require to be have the holes drilled out to something like 8mm, so that they can be extracted. What's that? In my lap is a bit easier to hold on to it. There, right here. So you need one on either side of both of these two. And this black piece here, that's the original mount. So it's reasonably simply held together. I'll show you the... Now they're a very small piece of L-frame. Yeah, very flat L-frame sort of stuff from shelving, for holding up shelves and corners and bits and pieces. The same goes for this. It's had some rubber put on it, glued onto it. So you need a drill. I'll put that there like that. There's a drill. You need a cutter, and that's mainly to cut away stuff. That to hold onto the L-frame while you're drilling the end holes out of it. See these holes that you can see in there? There's two holes there you can see. Those are the ones that are actually in it, but you need to drill those out wider a few millimetres. And you need some what they call C-frame aluminium. And the original version I was holding onto the legs with the hooks. There's some hooks like this. But the unfortunate trouble is it either pulls the legs out under that way or pulls the legs out under the other way. So I decided it's pretty good anyhow, so just mount it very centrally and the legs will do the rest. It's just a spare piece of the sort of material. Let's see if I can get that to show. Yeah. So if you can find what that is inside Bunnings, then you can find these bits and pieces here, and that's about the only option you get. You do need a hacksaw. I've got another hacksaw for cutting the aluminium, but there are those types of troubles. But you need more bolts, more M's. You need how many nuts? You want it 1, 2, 3. You need 12. Is it 6 actually? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, at least 6 M6 nuts. Are these M6? I think that is, yeah, M6. You need at least 6 M6 nuts. So it's not a very complex process, but the rubber here is a different thing. This is the rubber type to use for it. Now, the rubber has an interesting sort of a point to it. Yeah, it's sort of a bit. You can actually open. You can nearly see it. Yeah, there you go. Can you see how it's split down the centre there? So you can actually slide that over the edge of it. You can slide that over the edge of it. That does just enough to holding it there, but there'll need to be something put on the edges of that piece of plastic in the centre, in the fender, that cut across there, just to stop the edges of the C-frame from cutting into it. If you were to use a flat piece of aluminium, you'd need to use a piece of aluminium bar if it was this size, that thick. Now you can get them, but it's a long, long way to drill through. And that's probably better, but it's also another point in this. If you get some flat aluminium of half the width of this, and you drill these much wider holes, as you can see, because that corresponds to these bolts here. Very flat piece of aluminium, about 3 times as wide as this, and drill through the centre there and there. In that would do for a sort of a washer that prevents the would then prevent from chewing into the plastic in the fender there. And from that point too, don't forget we found a bit of that behind there, so might need to stick some sort of aluminium behind that to prevent that from just chewing in there. Maybe get a piece of C-frame like this in behind there, cut some C-frame so that sits up against there, and that'll heat sink the back of that anyway. It'll get the air through it and curl it. So that's all there is to that. It's not very complex stuff.